Hey, I'm Jenny Abear. Chuck and I have been going to DF since about 2007. I think the main thing that drew us to it was the authenticity of the people. No one there is trying to impress others, but it's a place where broken people can rest and heal. Sometimes I get frustrated with what seems to be a lack of organization, but it's because things happen rather organically and not from some long-range plan. No one will pressure you at DF, and that's a relief. My life has crossed paths with many people that I may never have met before I went to DF, and that's made my life so much richer.
The DF family has been there when my children were growing up. They've been there through their college years, through my divorce, through becoming a Grammy, and they've supported me and always been there. So my word for DF is love.
So here are some truths that I've learned from being a part of Disciples Fellowship. First, that it's often the small events and small actions and small groups in which God can be most clearly revealed. And it's certainly true in my life that the outsized gift that DF is for me is evidence of that truth. Secondly, I've learned that when you make decisions by voting, you end up with winners and losers. But if you make decisions by consensus, the entire group is invested in the outcome. But I'll have to say that I've also learned that making decisions by consensus is almost never efficient. It's not fast. And it requires a willingness of everyone in the group to defer to the wishes and desires and opinions of the others in the group. And sometimes it can take 15 years to decide whether to have a sign or not. Lastly, I've learned that a deeper understanding comes from asking good questions, much more so than hearing and learning the right answers. So thanks, Greg, for encouraging us to ask questions, but just as importantly, for not supplying us with pat and prepackaged answers to the questions we ask.
I love how God orchestrated getting me to DF several years ago. And I have to say, out of all the groups and churches that I've been a part of, I have never been around so many people who are genuine, just real people who are authentic with the heart of Christ. They exemplify the heart of Christ. So many people who have shown me love and compassion and care and concern and thoughtfulness and generosity, even hardly knowing me. And I'm so grateful to be a part of the DF family. And I'm so grateful for the way that Greg gently instructs us and teaches us and leads us to think outside of the box. I love that part of DF. And I love all of you.
Anyone who comes to DF will find acceptance, no matter their life situation. It's a powerful thing. Anyone who comes to DF will learn regularly of the acceptance of our God for all of us, which is an even more powerful thing.
DF challenges us to learn for ourselves, to hear different ideas, to accept ourselves, as John said, and to accept others without trying to change them. DF challenges us to walk the walk that God has placed us in.
From the moment my family and I first attended DF in 2004, just after it started, I knew it was the right place for us. It has been a healing place where I have learned about God's love and how to extend that love to others. No matter what my family has gone through, we have been loved, supported, and accepted by the fellowship here. And that is a true example of the gospel.
Hello, this is Jenny and David Stoves. We have been non-members at DF for 20 years from the time of its conception. And I just wanted to say that it has been wonderful being a part of the family at DF. When someone comes to DF, if you spend very long, you become part of the family. And not only you, but your children and your grandchildren. It is a place of love. We're close, and anytime anyone needs any help with anything, there's always someone to come to your rescue. So thank you very much.
When I think about DF and I try to describe what we're like or who we are, I realize that, like sometimes when a group tries to describe themselves or define themselves, they then try harder almost to be all about what they say they're about. And I think we're hard to describe because we don't know what we're all about. I don't think we do. We don't try to be about anything definable in Christianity, and we make it really easy to come there and to practice your beliefs. Really easy. We've set the bar just a lot lower than we thought we ever could, and we've done it, and we should be proud of that. But the thing that stands out the most is the discussions that we have on Wednesdays and Sundays, and just with each other, have shaped me in my beliefs. There's been so many times where I've been part of just discussions that someone will make a comment and I think, wow, what a great point, or, I really love what that person says. And that happens every time, week after week. And so just being together we're shaped by one another. I'm not going to say as iron sharpens iron because that's just way too overused and all the popular churches do it. No, I'm not saying that. We're shaped by each other's love.
The first word that comes to mind as I think of DF is family. A family that accepts and loves each other without judgment. I never personally felt pressure to conform or be someone I'm not in this fellowship. I can just be free to be me. And you have all shown me Christ's love in this way. My most special memory is that the year we started meeting together as a church in 2003, Daryl and I met, and then married a year later in 2004, and how special it was that the whole church came together to celebrate our new beginning. It was not just a wedding, but a time of thanksgiving and praise for the second chance we were given after our divorces. The support and love we and our children felt as everyone participated in our special day was a true outpouring and labor of love, so incredibly meaningful and memorable. We even had our wedding at Hargis Retreat thanks to our dearly departed Jerry Colvin, who was on their board at the time, and so many of you, too numerous to name here, but you know who you are, participated in the directing, the worship, the decorations, the Eucharist, and the reception. We were literally surrounded with what felt supernatural. The worship, celebrating, singing, fellowshipping, and prayers showered on us by DF's non-members, sending us off into our new lives together in a way we couldn't have possibly imagined, and that we will always be so grateful for. It just wouldn't have been the same without you all that showed so much care and support during this time as we blended our families and lives together. We cannot even imagine life without our DF family who have been there for us over the last 20 years and continues to be. I love you all.
What word comes to mind when I think of DF? For me, it's the word acceptance.
One word that comes to mind is love.
The first word that comes to mind as I think of DF is family.
My one word to describe Disciples Fellowship: love.
DF is where I've learned what freedom means.
I do love going to DF, and I love the people there. There's just no other place like it.